Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Before we get started, just letting you know that it looks like we are done for Tusken challenges for the time being, because the data mine was released with the latest game update this week. For the next 3 weeks it looks like no Tuskens, so the question is, I guess, what faction will be next to replace Tuskens. My money is on the Wookiees because it's the latest faction they added to the game, so I guess get ready for some Wookiee challenges in a few weeks time. That would be my guess. Maybe I'm wrong, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Then also a few of you have asked, because I mentioned I was on a hike last time, that they would like to see some photos or something. So for those that are interested, at the end of the video I'll just leave some video clips just to show you where I've been. And then also, if that's something you want to see more frequently, just whenever I go on trips or hikes and things like that, to share some photos and videos, let me know in the comments below on my Discord server, and I can do that, you know, whenever I go someplace nice. Now for today's challenge we are taken to planet of Takodana, where we have to take down a squad of first order units. We do have to use Separatists, so hopefully General Grievous will be able to knock this out quite easily. The modifier for Takodana, Safe Haven, if you remember, that's the one with the death mark. So whoever deals damage first gets permanent death mark on them until they're defeated, and then whoever deals damage next gets death mark. So we'll exploit this to our advantage, especially once we'll be doing the stun feat. So definitely you want to have some unit that, you know, doesn't really get damage from health based damage. And then we got malicious minions, we've got Separatist modifier. It's a pretty good modifier. We get stat boosts across the board, and that's not all, we also get sniper droid summoned as well, unless you had Geobro, that is. And then Blind Fury, the modifier for first order, not all that great. They just get some stacking critical damage, like nothing too crazy, to be honest. In terms of feats, you have to win with a full team of Separatist unit, win without losing a unit, and then inflict stun at least 30 times. So first I'll throw in my John Grievous team to do the Separatist feat and not losing a unit as well. And then I got 2 more battles after that, so I'll do Palpatine lead there for the stun, and then as well finally Jedi Luke lead for the stun as well. And all of these teams I haven't lost a single unit, so that feat, I think, you know, you'll just complete it as you're playing through the other feats. Now in terms of the enemies there, Kylo and Mask lead, what allows us to almost kind of cheese the stuns, if you will. You can just kill off everybody else and then leave Kylo Ren unmasked alive, and then you can just kind of keep stunning him over and over again. Because of his unique, he's recovering 8% health whenever he's hit, and on top of it all, whenever he gains a debuff or a buff, he's also recovering extra, I believe it's 5% health and protection from his leadership, and he's very durable, so it'll take like 3 or 4 minutes to get him down, and this will give you enough time just to get the stuns. I'll just do auto basic for those stuns and you'll see it's a pretty straightforward feat actually this time, because we can stall it out. Okay, let's chuck in my Grievous first. Now because we do get speed boosts across the board, we'll start first. Now, my Newt is first. I don't want Newt to get death mark, so I'll just use a dispel there. Now B1 got death mark because obviously there he was called to assist, but it's okay, I guess, you know, B1 can take a few hits, so doesn't matter. We'll just keep going. Let's go ahead. This middle ability here will stun the enemy, and if you've got 5 or more stacks it will instantly defeat them. So I had less than 5 there, so I just got a stun. A really main thing is getting Sith Trooper out, and once he's down these guys lose damage, so you know there's no really threat, but just keep trying to keep B1 alive. So I'm just stunning people as I go along. Let's go ahead there, extort Hux. I'll get Hux out, because as soon as obviously you get Hux down, because whenever Hux got advantage he won't be able to gain bonus turn meter, that's why I went after him first. Now let's go ahead finish off Sith Trooper. Got him down, there we go, he's down also. Let's go ahead after First Order Officer next, he's about to get a turn. I'm going to go after Phasma next. Now because these guys have target lock like Kylo Ren Mask, he can't actually counterattack. There we go, I've got 5 stacks now of charge, so I can just go ahead, use the middle ability, instantly defeat Kylo Ren Unmasked, and finished off Phasma, and there we go, completed Separatists. Even managed to keep B1 alive, which may not always be possible, I guess, depending on RNG, but at least, you know, the other stun teams that I'll show you also won't be losing a unit. So first things, I'm using Malak here to get death mark on him, so he needs to go first, so you have to get him a 330 plus speed. and then he will go first. Obviously Dooku went first there because he's a separatist, but that's why I just hide him in stealth, don't do any damage. Malak goes first, deals damage, and this puts now permanent death mark on Malak, so they will constantly have to attack them. So I'm gonna just explain a little bit what's going on here. Bringing in Traya so Malak can cleanse off the stun whenever he gets stunned. You can also isolate that color and a mask so he doesn't taunt, so you can actually take care of his bodies first. And then I'm bringing in R2 and Dooku because they both have stun on their basics. So after we take care of their Sith Trooper and Hux, we'll just do auto basic and let Dooku and R2 keep stunning those guys. Obviously Palp there, he's got a mass stun as well, but obviously if you just rely on Palp stun, getting 30 stuns just from his AoE, it's going to be very challenging to stall it, I think, long enough. So I think the auto basic there is just a better way to go. A good thing about Traya there, her basic will copy debuffs from Sith allies, so if they do stun Malak there or Dooku, and then Traya uses her basic, she will as well stun the enemy there. And also in terms of stuns, like Malak with his middle ability, if the enemy is shocked, he will also get a stun. So once you're just down to Phasma, First Order Officer and Kylo, you just hit auto basic, take care of Phasma, then First Order Officer, and then finally target here, Color and a Mask. Eventually, because of the shock, you will get him down, because shock will prevent health recovery, not protection recovery. There you go, auto basics for about 2-3 minutes, and this is the stun feat as well. So I gave it a go with another similar team, but this time doing Jedi Knight Luke lead with Jedi Knight to Revan, just so we can get around the taunts. But same thing, trick with Malak, get death mark on him, and this is pretty much it. Let's go ahead now, swap here with Jedi Knight Luke, and we can go ahead, get a stun on everybody, and then same thing as before, we'll have to take Sith Trooper out first. So that's how we can get around the taunt. Let's go ahead and mark. The reason why I brought the eye-line there, because whenever she critically hits there on her basic, she has chance to stun as well. So it's kind of like, instead of Dooku, you can also use somebody like Alia if you use a Jedi team, or even a Galactic Republic team. You could do some sort of Padme team, their lead with R2, Alia, maybe even do Resistance with, again, R2. So there's lots of units, obviously, here that do have stuns on basics. You could do Jedi Master Luke if you have him, and you keep calling Alia for assist and things like that. So there are many ways to get this stun feat done. I just, as always, try to do this without Galactic Legends. You can see we're picking this team apart quite easily. Same thing as before, Sith Trooper first, then Hux, and then we'll take care of Phasma here and First Order Officer. And after we're just down to Kylo, we'll just hit auto basic. One important detail that I should mention with Malak: when he gets 3 stacks of Dark Infusion, his basic will be applying healing immunity. So you definitely want to manually play it for the begin with, to make sure that on auto, like, Malak doesn't get 3 stacks of Dark Infusion. That's also whenever I could use it. I didn't use it for the first time. I just, again, auto basic until I think it was about enough stuns there, and then I took manual control now again, use the drain there to get the 3rd stack of Dark Infusion, and now Malak will be able to land healing immunity on Kylo, and that's how you can actually go ahead and finish off Kylo. You have to use some sort of shock on healing immunity him to finish him off. And there we go, we can just again hit auto now, and because of healing immunity, he won't be able to recover health and protection, and we were able to finish him off. So plenty of ways here to get the stun feats done, and this for me quite easily here unlocked max rewards. So hopefully this video was useful and helpful, just showing you the teams that I tried, I used. Again, many ways to do this. And now, as promised, let me show you some of the video clips and photos from my latest trip. So the other day I visited what's apparently the oldest olive tree in the world. It's estimated to be actually over 3,000 years old, which is pretty mind-blowing if you think about it. So this means that this tree on the island of Crete in Greece has been around pretty much since the fall of Minoan Empire civilization. So predates ancient Greeks, Romans, so it's pretty amazing. Now imagine if we could actually talk to the trees like Wookiees can on Kashyyyk. Obviously the stories that this tree could tell us, the wisdom it could share with us, it would be absolutely amazing. Now the size of it, it's pretty impressive for an olive tree. I mean, in terms of tree, like, it can't compete with trees on Kashyyyk, obviously, but for an olive tree to be 7 meters wide, it's pretty impressive. Also 9 meters high, and as well the branches reach out to 11 meters wide, which is absolutely massive. The most impressive thing for me was that actually after 3,000 years it's still healthy and strong. There are like no dry branches on it. Now it's flowering season, so all the olive trees there on Crete are full of flowers. And after that I went for a hike on a botanical trail nearby, and you know, it really lived up to its name. There were so many different wildflowers and herbs along the way, and I'm just kind of every now and then showing you here the photos of these. Now this is the first time that I'm doing this sort of video, so let me know obviously what you think about it. I can obviously improve the quality of these my hiking trip videos if obviously there is interest that I do kind of this in the future. But this was a really nice walk as well, just kind of slowly ascending towards the top of the mountain, towards the spring actually. So all along the trail is this like old small aqueduct, if you will. I don't know if you can see it, it's like a small channel that actually dates back to Venetian times. So what, that makes it about 500 years old or something. That they directed water from the spring, from the mountain into the village, and the water is still flowing today back into the village. So that's how they get it, you know, so they can water their farmland and things like that. So it was a really nice day, nice and sunny and warm spring time. I think the walk, I didn't go all the way to the end of the trail. I think it was about an hour and a half walk and about an hour back downhill. So it was very nice, very relaxing, and all while you're walking, because you're walking next to this stream, you just constantly just hear the sound of stream going down. Lots of bees everywhere buzzing because of so many wildflowers on this botanical trail. So it was very, very, very nice, very relaxing. Hardly met any people because obviously the summer season isn't in full effect yet. So that's why I like to choose for my, at least, you know, trips, more quiet and isolated places, just to get away from the civilization whenever I can. Okay, so this brings me to the end of this portion of the video as well. Again, let me know if you're interested in this sort of videos in the future, and I can, whenever go for a trip as well, put some short montage for you guys just to share the places I've been to. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.